Good afternoon, Normans, and welcome back to this week's Norman News at Home Edition. I'm Alana Morgan. Stay tuned for news on ticket prices for this year's prom and more on 90 new airlines launching. Around the school in 30 minutes, this is the Norman News. More than 90 new airlines are prepared to launch at the end of 2021. Many are hoping to seize the chance to pick up heavily discounted aircrafts. The goal of these airlines is to provide space and help congested airports hire laid-off pilots and flight attendants. One new airline, Avelo Airlines, hopes that low fares will help spur demand on routes other airlines don't serve. This can include flying to Burbank and to 11 other airports, including several airports in small cities. One airline specifically received 20 job applications in its first minute. And now, in its first week, the aspiring low-cost transatlantic carrier received 8,000 applications.
The LA Angels recently announced that they will be releasing Albert Pujols. There was no reason given for why this is happening. Pujols played 21 seasons in the majors and at one time was considered the best player in the league. Pujols has won 3 NL MVP awards, 6 Silver Slugger awards, 2 Gold Glove awards, and he was also a 10-time All-Star. Many say the Pujols release is the end of an era for baseball. Also in the news, as of now it looks like the AL MVP could be between Buxton and Trout. They both have had amazing seasons, and if Trout wins, he will be the second player to ever win more than 3 MVP awards. For the NL, there seems to be more competition. Acuna is probably in the lead as of now, but that could change quickly. Thank you, and now to some more sports.
Thanks, Jackson. The NBA playoffs are coming soon, and the most exciting part of the year is approaching. Usually, each team plays 82 games in the regular season before the playoffs. But due to the pandemic and the NBA bubble that hosted the playoffs last year, the NBA season went longer than normal and ended in October instead of June. For that reason, each team now has only a few games left, and the playoffs are near. Another new addition to the NBA is the play-in tournament. This is only the second year that the NBA is doing this. Historically, the top 8 teams from the East and West enter the playoffs. However, in the new tournament, these 7 to 9 seeds will play against each other, and the most successful teams will earn their spot in the playoffs. Get ready and get excited, and now to John with some more sports.
Today, I'm going to share my thoughts on the recent NFL draft. The 2021 draft was a good draft, and most teams got their picks right. I give praise to the Detroit Lions. They have turned a corner by hiring new head coach Dan Campbell, who as well was a good coach with the Saints and seems to be a good motivator, and I think he's the right fit for the Lions. And they got a phenomenal pick in Penny Sewell, who was projected to go top 5. Sewell gives newly acquired quarterback Jared Goff much needed protection. Goff has had his share of success, but he isn't a mobile quarterback who can get out of the pocket like Lamar and Patrick Mahomes. He needs an O-line. That is based off his success and his failures. The Bengals surprisingly took Jamar Chase, who's had a success with Joe Burrow in college, and was a big surprise at number 5 because the Bengals had the worst offensive line in football. Because Burrow in Week 11 suffered a brutal injury in Week 11. The Bengals missed a pick. That's what I believe, but time will tell. The Dallas Cowboys, who had the 10th pick in the draft, agreed to trade down in the draft due to the fact that 2 defensive players, J.C. Horn, who was drafted by the Panthers, and Pax Surtain, who was drafted by the Broncos, respectively, who went 8 and 9. The Cowboys agreed to swap the 10th pick with the Philadelphia Eagles' 12th overall and 3rd round picks to maximize their chances of getting a defensive player. The Eagles were desperate for a wide receiver, and with the Giants 1 pick away, Smith thought he was going to the Giants, but the Eagles, in the last minute, traded up and snagged him at number 10 overall. The Patriots, with the 15th overall pick, selected Mac Jones, and it couldn't have been a better decision because Jones was a standout in college, and Alabama was undefeated. You remember the combo of Tom Brady and Belichick? That combo was lethal. And even if Jones turned out to be a bust, which is possible, I still believe it's the right pick. For the first time ever, Dave Gettleman, the general manager of the Giants, traded down in the first round. The Bears needed a quarterback, and they were really interested in Justin Fields. The Bears traded their first round and their fifth round pick this year, and their fourth round and the first round pick, take that back, next year to the Giants for the 20th pick. I thought it was a win-win for both teams, and I thought Gettleman nailed it. I believe that Trevor Lawrence will be a great quarterback and have a successful career, but he is stuck on the Jaguars. The team seems to be headed in the right direction under new head coach Urban Meyer. My only concern is that it may be harder for small market team, and there's not many resources. It's really hard to win in a small market because not many big-time players want to go there. I mean, it's difficult to win in small market teams. And with that, Heller out.
Chipotle Mexican Grill recently announced that it will be raising the salary of their workers. Monday's announcement stated that salaries are going to be reaching an average of $15 per hour as soon as in June. Chipotle will also now have employee referral bonuses of $200 to $800, depending on the position. This is all part of Chipotle's brand new plan to recruit 20,000 workers from all across the United States. With this, there will also be more opportunities to be promoted to a main manager position. This position can be gained in 3.5 years and is the highest type of general manager. This position also receives an average salary of $100,000 a year. The Chipotle CEO states that these changes are due to the extremely challenging state of the current labor market. The challenge of finding workers is due to the current COVID-19 uncertainty regarding many aspects of people's lives. Other Chipotle benefits also include healthcare and a possibility of earning a college degree.
With people beginning to travel more frequently, hotels throughout the country are continuing to enforce a few common health and safety precautions. It is required to keep a face covering on while you are in any common areas, and you need to stay socially distant as well. It is also common to have to make reservations before going to an in-hotel gym or pool. Fortunately, countries are beginning to open up and regress their travel restrictions on travelers from different parts of the world. Tahiti and all of French Polynesia are now allowing travelers to enter from the US. Another example of easing restrictions is the Bahamas. The Bahamas is accepting travelers from America to enter if they're older than 10 years old and have proof of a negative COVID test, taken within 5 days upon arrival. A negative COVID test is not necessary for travelers that have been fully vaccinated for at least 2 weeks. Now to Alana with local news.
Thanks, Natalie. Beverly Prom has officially been announced. You are invited to a starry night for the Beverly Hills High School Class of 2021 Senior Prom. This prom will take place at 7 p.m. at the City Market Social House in Los Angeles, California. Tickets have officially gone on sale, so make sure you check out BHHS 2021 to see the prices and when they will go up after a certain date. You can also check the student store to purchase your tickets. You will need to get COVID tested at one of Beverly's hosted COVID sites before you enter prom. Now to Jonah with some more school news.
Welcome to this week's live weather forecast for the week of May 14th, 2021. This week in Los Angeles, we'll see mostly clear skies. The average temperature is 70 degrees with a high of 75 and a low of 68. This afternoon, we will see cloudy skies with a high of 75 and a low of 57. On Saturday, temperatures drop to 70 degrees On Sunday, temperatures slightly decrease again to 68 degrees. Moving into Monday, temperatures go up to 70 degrees with a low of 55. On Tuesday, temperatures stay at 70 degrees. Finally, on Wednesday, we'll be in the low 70s. Thank you for watching this week's weather forecast. I'm Natasha Jadidolahi, and have a great week. Now to Grace with health news.
Thanks, Natasha. Summer is right around the corner, and that means tanning for days and hanging out all day in the sun. Unfortunately, with this fun comes sunburn, and with sunburn comes the potential for skin cancer. Normans, this summer, while having fun in the sun, please be sure to wear sunscreen. It doesn't seem like a big deal now to get a little burn, but a history of sunburn can cause major health conditions in the future. It's so easy to apply sunscreen before putting on clothes or makeup to ensure that your skin will be protected from the sun throughout the day. Be safe this season. Now, let's send it back to the desk.
That's it for this week's Norman News. I'm Jonah Danesh, and we will see you all next week.